it's me, the Mighty Sucram.
Anyone want to tell him what that looks like?
We are back here at episode 17 of the Capitals Off the Chain podcast. Nope. Full crew tonight. I am fucking tired. I had a long week. So did the Capitals. 1-2 should be 0-3. Honestly, I don't know how the hell we beat Florida last night. We got severely outplayed from start to finish. But let's get into the games. Let's talk about the first game, which me and Gil predicted. Let's pull it up on here. There we go. It's up on here. Let me share it with you guys. There we go. There you go. Alright, so let's talk about the Ottawa game. Gil.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of predicted this game. We said we're probably gonna lose in overtime, and we did. This game felt like the Capitals were playing from behind from start to finish. Ottawa wasted no time this time around finding the back of the net. It took them only 64 minutes more than that, probably 69 minutes to score on us because we shut them out in the first game.
Minutes?
1-0. Yeah. 69 minutes.
69 seconds?
69 minutes.
Okay.
69 seconds. That sounds like a really short, really bad porn movie.
That's the story of my life.
Yeah, I know.
That's the story of Jared's life. No, his is 5 seconds of bliss.
I say 69 seconds. I'm honored you think that.
He's less than that. No, 69 minutes. That's including the last game that these two teams played where the Capitals won 1-0. It took them 69 minutes to score a goal. And Capitals turned around and tied it 3 minutes later. Connor McMichael, who's starting to score again, which is
Thank
good.
God.
Josh, but here's where we really let it get out of hand. A penalty shot awarded to Josh Norris. He beats Charlie 2-1, and then not even a minute later, on the same fucking power play, Shane Pinto pounces in a rebound from Josh Norris. 3-1 at the end of the first period. Yeah, not looking good for the Capitals. Second period starts. We score on the power play. Thank God. And then, but then Ottawa responds on the power play with their own Jack Sanderson. Their special teams killed us this night. I mean, if you look at it, 2 shorthanded goals, 2 power play goals. But the Capitals also turned around, and Ovechkin got the scoring going in the third. Right after that, made it 4-3. And then Dylan Strome ties it a minute later. But then a very bad turnover, and Thomas Chabot, left wide open, gets past the puck to him, and he finds the back of the net. Senators win 5-4. There's nothing really else to talk about this game. This game just felt like the Capitals were ready to come home on their after playing a long road trip out west. They looked tired. They were ready to go home. Let's move on to the next game.
Yeah.
The game me and Gil went to, and I had a blast because me and the guy next to me were making jokes all night. Gil can attest to that.
Oh, Lord.
OnlyCaps.com.
It sounds like it was
OnlyCaps.com. OnlyCaps.com.
There was literally no off switch on that thing.
Sounds like it was better you than me being there.
You know what? It was a great time because the guy's father I met he actually went to Brockport. He went to Brockport University.
This is where I was that night.
Beautiful.
This is where I was that night.
Well, I'll say this: it was probably the only time I've ever been in a Caps loss where I wasn't pissed off afterwards.
Probably because of us.
Yeah, I wasn't too unhappy about that loss, to be honest.
We made Gil's night a little bit better. All right, we had him laughing his ass
I was
off.
saying the whole time before
Okay.
that game too. I was like, if we lose this game, I'm fine with that. That'll give Winnipeg an edge in the President's Trophy race. Let them skate off and get it.
There it is.
All right, so
Yeah, let them
Let 'em
have
have
it.
it.
a terrible
Doesn't
power
even
play.
affect us because they're in the West.
I
Right.
honestly, this game started off.
That's right.
This game started off boring as all hell. Gil even pointed out there was nothing to see here, and then, by the way, Ovi's scored 3 goals in a row. He scored in 3 games.
Yay.
So you finally got what you wanted to see, an Ovi goal.
Yes.
I get the pizza. All right.
You ain't seen an Ovi goal in person yet?
No, I have.
Oh.
Yeah.
He scored a bunch of times at Buffalo. No, this place was going. The guy next to us wanted an Ovi goal. He's like, he'll take his shirt off. I know you don't want to see that, but he'll do it anyways.
Oh, see, I could have been there with you guys to compete with him.
You would take your shirt off?
No, the guy next to us.
Wait. The guy next to you would take his shirt off, or you would take
the
your?
guy
Okay.
next to us. Me and him were cracking. Like I said,
Said he would take his shirt off.
Me and him were cracking jokes all night. Anyways, a terrible call on the. What was it? What was the penalty? Lars Eller. It was a terrible hooking call. I mean, it was weak as all hell. Of course they're gonna call it, and the guy that he hooks ends up scoring the goal. Cole Perfetti, a nice shot, a very nice shot, beats Logan Thompson. But then 3 minutes later,
I guess we're not paying Lars Eller enough if he has to be a hooker.
Oof.
You know what? He'll make up for it in the next
There
game.
you go.
Dylan Sandberg would make it 2-0 on a weird shot. It found the back of the net. Capitals are down 2-0. Again chasing. But I told Gil, I said, this game's far from over. And sure enough, Pierre-Luc Dubois scores against his former team to make it 2-1. But then Alex Lafalio, who came from the Dubois trade to LA, fitting, makes it 3-1 and a tip-in. But then Taylor Radish, which was a weird goal. At first, they didn't know what happened, and then Connor Hellebuck tried to play like he made the save. No, that puck went in the net. 3-2, place is ready to explode. But then Josh Morsey, early on in the third period, scored off because the Capitals could yet again fail to clear the puck. And you could see it coming, and I said, oh, shit. I said, oh, shit. And what happened, Gil?
Shit happened.
Josh Morsey. 4-2, but then this is where the Capitals, this woke up the Capitals. After this, the Capitals started playing better. Tom Wilson on the rebound makes it 4-3. The place is ready to rock. And then Ovi on one hell of a shot beats Connor Hellebuck. The place explodes. We go to overtime. We get a point. Ovi is now 18 goals away at this point. But then Josh Morsey on another bad turnover. Wide open, a pass from Mark Scheifele. Mark Scheifele finds the back of the net. Winnipeg wins 5-4. Me and Gil are going home thinking, whatever, who cares?
How bad?
Well, what made that play was Connor McMichael didn't pick up his man. He didn't pick up Morris
Pretty much
at all. That's what made that happen.
So, I mean, if you look at this game, they dominated in giveaways. Like, we gave the puck away too much. 21-13. It's ridiculous. All right, so yeah, that's that game. Capitals, again, back-to-back losses in overtime after having, and then back-to-back games where they were down 4-2, having to come back to tie it. This is where it gets interesting because the very next game, it didn't look like we were heading towards a 3-game losing streak. But the team dug in and found a way to win it in the third period. Kicking us off in the game against Florida, Andrew Mangiapane.
Yeah.
Mangiapane.
Antipasti.
Antipasti. Hey, that's racist towards my
Bullshit.
kind. Makes it 1-0, 14 minutes into the first period. And then late in the first period, Sam Bennett, you know, a guy that loves playing against us, Sam Bennett finds the back of the net
Oh yeah.
with 30 seconds left. Nope, it is not a
That was
McNugget
very
minute.
late in the
It is not a
first.
McNugget minute for us. It is not a McNugget minute. But we'll get to that.
No.
Second period, Capitals find themselves, I think they've had, hold on. Beer goal scorer. Tom Wilson is a beer goal scorer. Oh, yeah, he is. Tom Wilson on a shorthanded goal early on in the second period makes it 2-1. But then Barkov on a terrible turnover on a backhanded shot finds the back of the net. 2-2. Now, I see a lot of a pattern starting to grow here in these last 3 games, Gil. These goals are coming off turnovers. Third period, Lars Eller scores 2 minutes in to make it 3-2, and this is where the Capitals really took over. Capitals would then score 4 minutes later. Nick Dowd, but then Matthew Tkachuk, a minute later, would make it 4-3. Then Protas in the empty net, and then I get to use the new. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Do you want free chicken nuggets?
Yes, we want nuggets, baby.
Do you want free chicken nuggets?
Where it is, McNugget minute, baby. McNugget minute. McNugget. Ovechkin with the buzzer beater. Ovechkin gives us McNuggets. He gives us McNuggets, baby. He gives us McNuggets. 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 He gives us McNuggets. Yeah, so Ovi gives us McNuggets.
Do you think he gave us McNuggets, guys?
He gave us McNuggets.
Oh,
I mean,
I was wondering.
Do you want free chicken nuggets?
You guys any McNuggets?
He gave us some
Yeah.
McNuggets.
Seriously, just. Do you think he gave us nuggets?
I don't know, did he?
Did he? For sure.
I mean, he
You're
only
sure about that?
he only scored at like 1 second left in the period. I don't know. Does that count?
I mean, are you
Does
really
that count? Does that count as a McNugget? Does that count as McNuggets? Does that really count as McNuggets?
I can't get nuggets out here. Sorry.
Does that count as Does that really count as nuggets though? I mean, he beat the score at 1 second.
I don't know, man.
I mean, technically he didn't score in the McNugget minute. He scored with a second left. So I mean, do we really get McNuggets?
Not even a second left.
Yeah, and then there is also the half-fried pizza, right? Because he scored.
Yes.
Yeah. Pizza and
he's putting Papa
Go get a
John's.
Papa John's pizza and put some nuggets on it.
He's putting Papa John's out of business.
There you go.
They're going to go back to 6 goals for the Capitals. Caps win 6-3. Yeah, thank God Winnipeg won because Winnipeg stays ahead of us. So let's go ahead and look at the standings.
It's good.
So we are now 9 points up on Carolina with a game in hand. 11 points up on New Jersey with 2 games in hand. We are also about 17 points up on Tampa Bay with a game in hand. Oh, no, they have a game in hand. Yeah. Good shit. Good 3 games for the Capitals. Good 3 games.
They went about as I expected them to go. I'm not mad about either of those losses.
We got Philadelphia tomorrow. And then we got Utah on Sunday, and then we go on the break. A 2-week break. We do not come back until the 22nd of February, and that's against Pittsburgh. And that is going to be televised. And we're streaming that. Actually, no, we might not be able to stream it. We might not be able to stream it. I got to work. I might have you stream
Wait, which game is that again?
The Pittsburgh game.
Oh, the Saturday
He
one?
wants to stream it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll
probably
be on the road to Washington at that point.
I'll have it set up for you, Cheryl, and then when I get home from work.
Oh, so all I have to do is start it?
Well, you can turn it on and then do the live stream for the first period because I'm going to miss the first period. At least.
Okay.
All right, so
Be
yes,
interesting.
our next games is Philadelphia, Utah, and then we have the break. Let's get into some fun time, as this is technically the season finale. Unless you guys want to go into the prospects real quick, because we have a player to talk about. A guy that Gil said last episode that he does not pass the puck. Shall we get into round 2 there, Gilvis? You ready to tussle?
Well, let's do
2 words. 2 words. World Championship. World Championships.
He's got the same amount of goals as assists in that.
No. Not the juniors. The World Championships. What did he do?
He didn't
during
play at
that
all.
tournament.
He didn't play at all.
Right.
He didn't play at all though, so that's the thing.
He got into one pre-tournament game.
He played 6 games, but he probably played like 4 line minutes because the majority of that is the NHL players. So how are you going to judge that? They're not going to put a 19-year-old on the top line in the World Championship.
Point being, he was put against men and wasn't good enough.
He's still got a point. He's still got a point. In 6 games,
I mean,
still got a point.
granted, it's almost a year later, but that's my point.
No.
Okay? He's not 100% ready yet.
All right. Let's do it. Okay, Ryan Leonard. A stud. Ryan
the
Leonard.
man with whom he's cheating on Sucram with.
Cheating bastard.
Maybe. More like Ryan Leonard's my child. He's my long-lost kid.
Oh, God.
I had him at 7 years old.
You might want to talk to a therapist about that.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I'm with you there.
That's...
Me and his mom she was like a strange lover, and it never worked out. But yeah, he's my long lost son.
That's just not. No. No.
Are you sure this?
Just no.
I took a DNA test. He's my kid.
Oh my God. And this is why we are off the chain. Okay.
All right. Ryan Leonard is having himself an even more impressive sophomore year than his freshman year. He is on pace to break his points and stuff. He's doing everything. He's scoring more points than he did in his freshman year with less games. He's on pace for at least 34 goals. Not as many assists as he had last year, but that's because he's got James Higgins as his go-to guy who's passing him the puck. James Higgins
as many assists.
James Higgins isn't a guy that's going to score. He's more of a guy that's going to pass the puck. That's whereas Will Smith is a guy that's more likely going to put the puck in the back of the net. As James Higgins is more of a playmaker. They're both kind of playmakers, but Will Smith is a guy that's going to put the puck in the net if you need him to, whereas James Higgins plays more of a two-way style, which is why he's arguably one of the better players in this draft. But yeah, even looking at James Higgins, I mean, he's got 7 goals compared to 22 assists, so he's gonna pass the puck more. So Ryan Leonard is he's not playing with Will Smith this year, so his assists aren't going to be that great because let's be real, Gabriel Perreault is not, he's probably the weaker of the 3 that was drafted that year. Will Smith is probably the second best. I think Ryan Leonard's ultimately the better of the 3. He is a guy that's going to be a pest all game. Will Smith can be a little, no offense to Sharks fans, but he can be a little bit of a pussy. Let's just say that. Whereas Ryan Leonard, he's going to take that check, and he's going to get up and still be an asshole to you. Whereas Will Smith's going to take a check, and he's gonna falter. That's kind of why Denver beat Boston College last year. Is they completely took Will Smith out of the game. So there's Ryan Leonard. There's another kid we got to talk about who I got to say this. I said this last episode. Can these teams stop? Can these NHL teams stop being fucking retarded and letting us draft these first round talents in the second round? Like, We're basically the Philadelphia Eagles of the NHL.
And that's a bad thing?
I mean, it is for the rest of the league. I mean, all right, let's look at him. Cole Hudson. Cole Hudson is he's taken his game to another level since returning from the World Juniors. He's got, in his last 10 games, he's got 15 points. He's got 7 in his last 5. He is still a -1, but that's because Boston College gives up a lot, or Boston University gives up a lot of goals. He has 26 points right now in 24 games. He is starting to light the lamp up, and I told Gil I don't want us to pull the trigger on him. He is another guy I hope we let just go back to college, because I think ultimately he will just like his brother, Lane Hudson, he's going to be able to just transfer over to the NHL. And I think he's better than Lane. I really do. There's people that say he's better than his brother. I mean, and Lane Hudson's arguably one of the best rookies in this year. I mean, he's winning that Calder Trophy, and it's not even close. Or Calder Award. It's not even close. Like, who is the closest rookie to him? I mean, really, there isn't a rookie close to what he's doing. So, I think Cole Hudson's a lot better than his brother. Cole Hudson, in my opinion, he just reminds me so much of, and I think they even talked about this when he was in the draft stock. He plays a similar style like Cal McCarr, and he just screams. This is the same situation with Cal McCarr. But I think Cole Hudson has the ability to be better than McCarr, because Cole Hudson can play defense where McCarr can't. McCarr's biggest problem coming out of the juniors, like the junior, AA juniors, and college, was he couldn't defend. Now the McCarr today can defend. Like, he's grown. His game has grown from where he played that first game against Calgary in the playoffs to arguably he's the best defenseman in the league. Him and Quinn Hughes are up there. Moritz Seider's up there. Those are probably my top three defensemen in the league. So this kid in my opinion is a generational talent. We got him in the fucking second round. And I told Gil, I said, and the funny thing is, we got him from trading Beck Malestein, a player that nobody wanted to get rid of. But now we have a generational talent to replace him. A player that's going to come onto this roster and dominate, whereas Beck Malestein was a fourth-line guy who's only going to come in to try to shut down the top line. I mean, this kid will come in and he'll put the team on his back, and he'll score that back-breaking goal that puts the other team away, or he'll make a defensive play. Whereas Beck Malestein, he's not going to score you that goal. He's coming in to play kill penalties and play fourth line minutes. All right, so he was in that. Fourth liners are very expendable because we have a bunch of them in Hershey that we can just throw on that fourth line. We don't have a bunch of Cole Hudsons in Hershey. I don't think we have any Cole Hudson in Hershey. Honestly, him and Ryan Chesley arguably are the two best defensemen. If they put them on Hershey, they're the top pairing in my opinion because they're better than anyone on that roster, talent-wise. And that includes Vincent Arario, who I think, when we get into it later in this episode, is going to be a trade target that we're going to ship off to get a player. Me and Gil kind of did this the last two episodes. We'll have you guys...
I kind of agree on that.
We'll have you guys jump in. So anyways, yes, Cole Hudson having himself an amazing week. I'm surprised he didn't get first star of the week in college, but he is everything that we could have wanted and more. And like I said, we got him in the second round. Hi, Sebastian. We got him in the second round, Gil. We got him in the second round. Why are teams letting us do this, Gil?
I love my little shit cat.
This is arguably, Gil, I told you this. This is the third year in a row that we've gotten a first round talent that fell right into our laps in the second round. Ryan Chesley in 2022. Andrew Crystal last in 2023. And now Cole Hudson. I will laugh my ass off if William Moore is sitting there in the second round when we pick again and we end up choosing him.
Where did he go in our mock drafts?
That would be amazing.
Moore? He went late first. He went late first because he's dropped. He's dropped off because a lot of people. Because there's a couple players on there that we'll probably have, when we do our third draft mock draft. We'll probably have. But like I said, I would not be shocked if he falls. Like shit like this happens. I mean, like we can't be getting this lucky, man. This is how the rebuild and the retool goes faster. Is we get players like this and we draft smart. Like Patrick and McClellan have done a great job in the second round to use our picks wisely. But anyways, let's talk a little bit about the fornication face-off, which begins February 12th. First game is Sweden versus Canada. The good news is not a single Capitals player made the roster. The bad news is not a single Capitals player made the roster. These fucking assholes have overlooked us, and I hope this fuels the team. But the good news is none of our players can play in a meaningless fucking tournament like this. They should have just done a fucking all-star game.
I know something else.
Not that
how
was
Logan
any more
Thompson
meaningful.
Is not playing for Canada.
You were saying, Gil?
Well, I'm just going to point out the fact that none of the Caps players made any of the 4 rosters.
No, they didn't. I mean,
Right.
Sweden, I understand, or Finnish, I understand, because we don't have a single Finnish player in the roster. Canada, McMichael could have made the roster. Strome could have made the roster. Chikrin
Wilson.
could have made the roster. Wilson's not.
Thompson.
Wilson, Thompson.
Thompson.
USA, we could have had John Carlson make the roster. I think that's the only American on the team.
I think you're right.
No, we got some more.
No, I think that's it.
Charlie Lindgren's an American.
Is he American? I thought he was Canadian.
No.
Oh yeah, he's from
No,
Massachusetts.
he's from
Carlson,
Minnesota.
Nick Dowd, Duhaime, Ethan Frank,
Dowd?
Lindgren.
Dowd's American? I thought he was
Matt
Canadian.
Lloyd,
Yeah.
Trevor Van Riemsdyk.
Dowd and Lindgren went to the same college.
UMass?
Yeah.
Dowd's a Southerner from Huntsville, Alabama.
Yes, he
So
is.
anyways,
Dowd's from Alabama.
And then Sweden, obviously, you have Sandin. But that's like the fact that and the thing is that the only thing that pisses me off is every team has a player on this Four Nations face-off except for the Capitals. The Capitals are the only team without a single player on these 4 rosters.
Well, let's be real. If Russia was playing, Ovechkin would have been captain for that.
Which, let's talk about that. Russia has been banned until next 2026 to even think about playing in the Olympics or World Juniors, which kind of sucks.
Russia and Belarus.
Because they take away
Yeah.
probably one of the most talented rosters in Russia. And the World Juniors really hasn't been the same since Russia was banned from it. But yeah. The Four Nations starts on the 12th. I mean, it'll be enjoyable. I mean, the games will be. I mean, I'd rather watch that than the fucking Super Bowl.
That's true. I'll give you that
But
because it's at least it's hockey.
we all know.
At this point, I'd rather watch a cricket match than that.
we all know who's winning this though. It's gonna be Canada. Like, I just wish that
Yeah,
this
it's not even going to be close.
I just wish this Four Nations was more like 8 nations. Like you get Czechia in there, you get what's the other big one? Norway. You get Latvia in there. You get Germany in there. Like you get all these other. Like you don't have to have the 4 big. Like get other teams. Like make it a bigger tournament.
Well,
But
maybe they will in the future. Is this the first year they're doing it?
well, they're not doing
Or
it
have they
next
done this
year.
before?
They're not doing it next year because the Olympics
Hopefully
are
it's
back.
the last year they're doing it.
But this is the first time they've
also,
done it, though.
It also doesn't
Yeah.
make sense because next year the players are going to the Olympics. So why are they doing it now?
Yeah.
Makes more
Is
sense.
this when's
Preview?
the last time we had a season without an All-Star game?
The lockout?
That's a good question.
No, COVID.
COVID. Yeah, COVID.
Yeah.
Because they had that bubble season.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020.
No, 21.
God, that was hard.
21.
Whatever it was horrid. It was horrific.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I really don't care. I mean, Like I said, it's like the Chiefs and the Bills. It's inevitable. Canada's gonna win. So let's get into the fun part of this episode. Some trades. So yeah,
Where in the world is C4?
so let's look at it here. Daily Face-Off. Gail's favorite sports analyst, Stephen Ellis.
Who?
Exactly. The guy right on Daily Face-Off wrote, so the NHL trade deadline is 31 days away. So this was yesterday. So it's 30 days away. Right now we're probably looking at. So he has Carolina on here with top prospects: Nishkin, Murrow, Nadu, and Armanov, and Ugur Sarum, and their first round picks.
It all sounds like characters out of a Dr. Seuss book.
He also has Vegas Golden Knights with Trevor Conley. Yeah, the rest are just bums.
Right.
Minnesota. Ooh, they have Steve Boom. Okay. Why would they give him up? They just drafted him. Why would they give him up? So here's another one. Winnipeg, which is there's talks that they are going to get rid of Brad Lambert, their number one draft pick a couple of years ago. Then there's us. There's no way in hell we're getting rid of these four guys. We're not trading Leonard. We're not trading Hudson. We're not trading Crystal. And we're not trading Parasek. Ivan Miro is on the table. An option. He's an option. If we can get someone better, he's an option. So
Yeah, it would have to be a hell of a trade.
No, not even. Honestly, him and Lapierre and Rario, out of the top prospects we have, are the easy expendables because Lapierre has yet to show, Miro has yet to show, and Arario can't even cut it in the AHL.
Right.
So, if anything,
fair.
sorry to break your heart, Mike Livingston, but Miro is an option to trade, and he is. I would not be shocked either this year or next year we trade Miro. So
no, I don't think it would surprise me either, quite frankly.
So let's get into the trade simulator. Let me pull it up for you guys.
Honestly, I don't think we. I mean, I just hope we don't trade for, like they have historically, trade the future for the now. I would much rather, if we're going to do this, do it for someone who's going to stick around for a while and not like a rental just to get us through the
because if we do that, we're going to end up.
This team is not going to go to the cup either way.
No, I disagree with
Especially
that.
if we can't figure out...
disagree with that because there is no one out there right now worth to trade that's worth giving up Ryan Leonard, giving up Cole Hudson, all right? Right now, the only best option's going after a rental
I agree
player.
with that.
Anyways.
Okay, so who would you get?
Jake Evans.
No, I agree.
That's who I want.
Okay.
And we moved Lars
Where's he
Eller.
from?
He plays for Montreal, and he only makes a 1.7. He's a
Why would Montreal want to get older?
No, we're giving them Lapierre. I said we're moving off of Lars Eller. We're not giving them to Montreal.
Oh, okay.
No, we're moving Lapierre and potentially. So me and Gil talked about this last episode. We are potentially moving a pick, but not this year's pick. Maybe next year's pick. They don't have this option on here, so we're just gonna pretend we're adding that. So we'll get a pick from them as well. Maybe holy fuck, they got a lot of picks. Holy shit, Montreal's set. What's Montreal's record?
Montreal is sitting
At the bottom.
Okay.
They're sitting at the
No,
bottom.
not quite.
Right.
Not quite. They're
All right.
They are 2 points up on Pittsburgh.
5
Yeah.
points behind
Yeah. Hey,
the
gentlemen,
wild card.
I have to bow out, guys, because I'm coming up on Cuba, and AT&T is going to charge me an arm and a leg because Cuba doesn't participate in AT&T's cruise package. So I have to turn my cellular
Bastards.
data off, which means I can't talk to you guys. So good night. I will see you all. I'll be home on Friday. Marcus, I'll let you know when I get to the airport. Night all.
Have a good one.
All right. So we trade Jake Evans to Hendrix Lapierre. Hendrix Lapierre goes to Montreal. He's able to play top 6 minutes. Jake Evans can slot in on offense. Jared! Like, why the fuck did you just leave?
I don't know. My whole thing just like crashed out of nowhere. I
Okay,
don't know what
so-
the hell just happened. Oh, look, Jared's joining the video call.
Isn't that nice?
Alright, so this is where we move off of Lars Eller. I think we trade him to a team that desperately needs some help. I mean, Florida could be a team that we could work with. I mean, Florida could definitely use a Lars Eller on their roster. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Lars Eller to Florida. For, what'd you say? What would you say, a 4th rounder?
Can they do better?
Their highest is a 2nd rounder.
No, they're not giving up a 2nd rounder.
Yeah, that's why I said 4th rounder, because they have 2 4th-round picks. I mean, we can always flip this 4th rounder in the draft to move up, kind of like we did with Beck Mallenstein's pick.
Yeah, I guess.
Because we're not getting any of their prospects. That's for damn sure. All right, Lars Eller goes to... They slot him in that 3rd line. Listerine goes down, and then we get a 4th-round pick. All right, so that leaves a gaping hole on the left side, which means we got to trade with another team. I think we go with Buffalo. I think we got it. We got to get under from the TVR. We got to get under from that contract. So I think we go swap to swap. Connor Clifton for TVR, and we only pay $300,000 because TVR's contract will cancel out the rest. So they go swap to swap. They get TVR. We get Connor Clifton on our bottom lines. We get Sandine Clifton, Faravari, Matt Roy, Jacob Chikrin, and John Carlson. And then potentially we could move Majapani to the left wing, and then we could move Mr. Leonard right here.
Mediocre Caps never die. They just get traded to Buffalo.
I mean, we could send him back to Chicago. Didn't we do that last trade simulator? We sent him back to Chicago. We got to do something with Radish. I think ultimately he is going to get benched, but I don't know what we do. I mean, we could probably move. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do there. What are you thinking here, Jared?
I could see it. Wouldn't be bad.
No, I'll say, what do you think we should do? You know what? Honestly, I'd bench Radish. No, I don't want to do that. I would rather have Verona on the bench for the playoffs in case we need to put him in. Plug him in the top, the 3rd line.
It seems like whatever we put him on, he does well.
Yeah, for a couple
Yeah.
games. Then he turns around and starts playing like crap. We gotta do something with Radish. I honestly think we DFA. Not, this isn't baseball. We don't DFA. We put him on waivers, and we go after a potential fourth line guy on Chicago. I'm thinking too expensive, too fucking expensive, and Pat Maroon's not worth it. Detroit's in the playoff spot. They're not going to trade with us. Montreal, we just traded with. Nashville. We could get. No, I don't want Cody Seasons. He's not. You know what? Fuck it. Radish for.
Marcia Soap.
Yeah, okay. With what money? Radish for Evangeliston.
Evangelista?
Yeah. He's only making $700.
Well,
$700,000.
there's a reason he's only making that much. He's not that good.
We don't need him to be good. That's a fourth line player. That's all we need. I think he's playing better than Radish, honestly. I like that, but I would make a couple more trades. We probably need defense depth too. So. Oh, shit. All right, yeah. So that would basically be the trade. I mean, we could probably do free agents too. These are all teams that are going to be free agents this year, though. So no. All right. Let's look at potential trade predictions. So you guys want to talk about the trades that happened recently? The Vancouver trade and the Dallas trade. All these damn first rounders. I still can't believe Dallas traded a first rounder for Cody Season.
Definitely teams making some moves out there.
Alright, so this is the 9 teams that should trade their first round pick in 2025 trade deadline. Montreal Canadiens, Detroit Red Wings, Utah Hockey Club, Calgary Flames, Carolina Hurricanes, Vancouver Canucks, Winnipeg Jets, Philadelphia Flyers. I don't know why. The Flyers are rebuilding. It says they're right in the middle of the playoff race. No, they're not. Columbus Blue Jackets, because they are physically in the playoff race. Okay, I'm glad they didn't mention the Capitals, because there's no way in hell we are trading our first round pick. Alright. So, apparently, Kraken, so the trade rumors, Brandon Tanev is connected to 6 teams. And of course, we're on there. Nope, you can go fuck yourself. We're not trading for that bum. Ooh, you know, Dylan Cousins. Fuckers, don't even tell me we're 4 teams. Okay, the Leafs and the Canadiens.
Listen, if we're getting some from the Sabres, let's go for Tage Thompson.
He's not worth it because they would ask for Ryan Leonard. So, it's the Leafs, Canadiens, Red Wings, and Flames. So 3 teams in the Atlantic. There's no way in hell that the Sabres are trading with the division rivals. Alright, there you go. This is the one I'm looking for. 3 potential trade destinations, and this was today. 3 potential trade destinations for Canadians Christian Dvorak. Vegas, makes sense. Calgary, makes sense. Columbus, makes sense. I don't see many trades with us, and would not be shocked if we sit put. I mean, at this point, we'll see. There's still 4 weeks left until the deadline comes up. So, Jared, is there anyone out there that you would prefer?
Off the top of my head right now, I'd have to go through each team and see who I think could be a good fit, but as of right now, I'm pretty satisfied.
That's what I think. Gil and I already talked about this, how we feel. I still think we're gonna move off of one of the bad contracts this trade deadline, and we're gonna kind of be like in the middle. We're gonna be sellers and buyers at the deadline. I wouldn't mind getting draft picks, you know. Maybe trade Connor Clifton for TVR and get a couple draft picks while we're at it. Okay, we got another player to talk about. Another generational talent. A kid who nobody thought would be doing this shit, but he is. He is on record to smash the WHL point record, and it's not even close. Andrew Crystal is... He's just a different specimen of a man. I told Gil this last episode, that he reminds me a lot like Cole Caulfield. He's a small guy, but he's going to put the puck in the net, and he's going to be a pain in the ass. And he looked the part in the preseason. So, which I was kind of a little shocked that they didn't offer him to stay for like the 9 games and send him back down to the WHL. They just straight up said, nope, we'll send you down, which I'm not too upset with, because honestly he's not ready yet. He is a year away so he's going to be in the AHL next year. Then he's a year after that until he's ready. But him and Ryan Leonard are going to be that top line. They will be the backbone of this team. Him, Ryan Leonard, and Cole Hudson, and potentially Ryan Chesley will be the backbone of this team. That is going to be the new quote-unquote young guns. You remember that? You remember that old saying? Alex Ovechkin, Alex Salmon, and Mike Green, and who was the other one? Nick Backstrom? The young guns. The young guns. The young guns 2.0. Andrew Crystal, Ryan Leonard, Cole Hudson, Ryan Chesley. And potentially Tarek Parasek, who is also having a great year. He is, because of Crystal and Leonard and Hudson, he is being left in the dark because of all this. But he's having an amazing year too. I mean, if you look at it, he's on pace for 90 points, and he has 63 points with Prince George. So he's being overshadowed by Andrew Crystal and Ryan Leonard and Cole Hudson. So, yeah, we jumped up. Also, I looked at the prospect rankings. We jumped up from 21st to 12th on the prospect pool. It's only going to get better when we draft more players this year. So, we are in the right direction. Let's talk predictions. Boys, are we going to win tomorrow night, or are we going to suffer a loss in Philadelphia?
I think we'll win.
Of course you do.
Good chance they'll win.
Of course you
Yeah,
do, Jared.
Philly's just not that good this year.
Of course you do, Jared. You think we're gonna win every game?
Listen, I'm not delusional. I'm not like Kyle.
All right, the next game we have Utah, which is a tougher game, which is also a matinee game at 12:30. Well, hold on. What's the final prediction for Philadelphia? The score?
Oh, the score? 3-1.
3-1.
I'm gonna say 4-1.
Let me tell you why you're wrong.
Oh, it's always why we're wrong, Gil.
Always.
We're gonna crush these nerds 7-1.
I'll take that one actually.
I would take that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Man,
Alex
Philadelphia.
Ovechkin hat trick. Let's do it.
Alex Ovechkin double hat trick. He's gonna pot 6 goals. No.
Tortorella's not going to let that happen.
Could you imagine how pissed off he would be if that?
He would pull his team off the ice and quit the fucking game. I guarantee you.
Damn, maybe Ovi could break the record then when I'm down there this month.
He's not. He's not gonna break it.
He'll get a hell of a thing to witness in person.
We're potentially going to that game. He's gonna get down to potentially 13 goals by the end of the month.
I'll tell you this though, by the time he's getting down near Gretzky, those games are gonna be pricey. You know they're gonna upcharge those tickets by a bunch because
that's why we're gonna get the tickets.
Go.
That's why you get the tickets now. You get them now. So, anyways,
there's no guarantee when it's gonna happen.
It's gonna be at home. It's gonna be at home. Ovi is not breaking the record away from the fans. He is going to forcibly do it at home.
I want to see fireworks come out of the Jumbotron and everything. Confetti fall.
But anyways.
Be like if you just win the Stanley Cup winning goal in overtime.
That's all the time we have for this week's episode. Thank you guys for coming on again. Thank you guys. We will be back after the break. Me and Gil will be back on the 20th to do the mock draft 3. Hopefully we'll have Matthew this time around. I texted him earlier to see if he's going to join us. He hasn't responded yet. Maybe he responded. I don't know. I haven't checked. Really haven't touched my phone. Okay, he just responded. Fucking Tonko. Alright, so anyways, thank you guys for joining on. Caps on. Let's go Caps on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go Caps!
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely